Some of the functionality that you need for working with Rust is found in Rust standard libraries, but in certain situations you might want to use external packages to supplement your code. Like for example, let's suppose you need random numbers. You don't have them as part of the library, but you can get them in an external crate. Now, the term crate refers to a package that you can download and compile on your own machine, and Rust has this crates.io community, which actually hosts other people's crates that you can download. So let's say I'm after random numbers. I can search for something containing rand, and I can see that there are lots of packages here. So we can, for example, grab this particular package. Now you can see that the hint tells us that in order to use this package, we have to add this line to cargo.toml. So let's use exactly that. Let's take a look at how to actually use random numbers. So here I have a project called odds and ends, because that's what our section is called. And here I want to start using random numbers. So I need this cargo.toml file. Let's actually make one. I'm gonna open the project here. Now, because I'm using Visual Rust, I don't have this file by default, so that's something that I have to create. Let's call it cargo.toml, like so. Yes, I do want to change the extension, so I'm gonna just drag it back in here and or try to drag it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so remember the stuff that we had before. We had a package declaration where we had the name, and you also need the version. That was, well, we can do anything. No, 0.1. And the author, which is, I don't remember if it's in square brackets or not, but I think it is. I'll just put foo@bar.com so I don't have to censor my address. Now, when we want to consume that random package, so this is the line that we need to add, and it has to go under a dependencies like so. So now we have our cargo.toml, and what we can do is we can actually open the command line, and we can go to the folder where this is installed. So actually let me open the containing folder, and I'll copy the path because that's where we need to be. So cd, and let me paste that in here. Okay, so what I can do now is I can do a cargo build. So as opposed to using Rust C or using Visual Rust, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually build it right here. As I run this, you'll see that Rust is essentially updating the registry of packages, because I'm now including this particular crate, this crate for rand, and I'm trying to make use of it. So Rust is going to update the registry, and then it's going to download not just the rand, but also some of the other packages which I must have been using somewhere down the line. So let's wait for this to finish. Alright, so as you can see, what happened is we downloaded several packages, and we also compiled them on our current machine, and we now have them stored in a particular path, which is on Windows, the user, and then it would be \.cargo. So all of this stuff is ready to use, and we can jump back into our code and actually edit the code and make use of this new package. So the way you do it typically is, first of all, you say extern crate and then the name of the crate that you got. So in this case, the crate is called rand, and then of course this crate, it has its own modules which you can sort of navigate and actually make use of the stuff. So for example, I can say use rand RNG, and that's the random number generator. I can say let mut RNG equals rand thread RNG, like so. And then for example, I can generate a number, generate a random boolean, for example. So let b equals rnd.gen and that sort of thing. So let's jump back into the console. I can now cargo build the whole thing once again. So you'll see that a bit of a problem, because I'm trying to get the random number generator to it's kind of uniform in the sense that it can generate random numbers of just about any type. So I have to perform some sort of type annotation, like I can say this is a boolean, and then this is going to be just fine. So cargo build, and so yeah, this is how you use external packages. And in the next section, we'll talk about how to create our own crates.